young video. So we got the Joe Lottie, y'all. It's Joe's across the street from Joe's, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether you want a hot Ted's. Ted and Joe got together and opened restaurants on them, opposite corners.
Go Ted for the glizzies.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you see the duckies?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. She's teaching her. I love a good teaching family.
She just got out of the Jeep.
Oh, did she? Mm-hmm. That's a whole family that came up out of that Jeep.
No, everybody didn't come up out of it.
There's like 20 people came out that Jeep.
They're meeting up here.
Mm-hmm. Because that's how good Joe's is.
Mm-hmm.
We should have got our strawberry. What you think?
Yeah. It's cool though.
It is cool. Man, we'll keep you off camera. Who knows how that food gonna go?
Hmm?
You have ice cream all over your mouth. Mess around and have it in your beard. It's gone now.
Nah, it's a watermelon seed in there.
Oh, that's what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
She fucked her hair all off.
Ooh. It's fiery. I bet you it was bright and pretty when she first got it done. Anyway, Joe's is popping. I never seen it this busy.
Mm-hmm. Sunday. Boy need a haircut.
Mm-hmm. All holding hands. They in love. Who opens the door? Oh, he opens the door for, cause they in love. I got you, baby. Come on, stand behind me. We just beat the rush, baby. I love when we just beat the rush.
Mm-hmm.
You ever pay attention to that when you beat the rush? Mm-hmm. She got a couple ducks.
She do.
Do y'all duck the Cherokees?
Nope.
They don't get to be in the club?
Fuck no. You got to have round lights.
Is that what the duck lady said?
Mm-hmm. She did too.
No, I'm told. She came to work.
Mm-hmm. She got a nice Jeep too.
Mm-hmm. It's the Jeep that Joe built.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a 2024 too.
So are guys willing to have a conversation up until a certain point?
Yeah, I just told you.
No, you said no conversation while you eat.
No, we conversate. No negative. No negative conversations.
Once the energy turns sour, we can agree
to shut the hell up.
To stop the conversation, but it has to be an agreement. It can't be like, nah, I'm gonna keep going. You gotta agree to stop.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that we can't have a conversation, but look, it doesn't have to be 100% anything. It can be case by case. If you can't wait till the energy is off of it, or you think the energy is off of it, but then you find that the energy, as soon as you hit that energetic wall, just stop. Say, okay, I'm gonna stop. And you both got to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm gonna keep going. So it has to be an agreement of when we see an argument coming, we can either choose to continue or choose to stop. But it's a conscious choice because now we know what we're doing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a debate. There's rules. So why can't there be a rule to our arguments? Right? I learned from, well, I think just stop talking isn't an effective tool. But if you do choose to use that as your tool, then it needs to be communicated that when I stop talking, this is indicative of, so that she knows whatever it is, and she can choose in that moment to keep talking, fuck you and your boundaries. I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to because I want to get this off. Or she'll be like, well, he stopped talking, so that's my cue to yada yada, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's an effective tool because I know what you mean when you do it. I don't understand why anybody would ever buy a hardtop Jeep.
There you go.
Because you got to like take it off and store it at the house or something, right? Yeah, that's an inconvenience.
That's why I wanted this one. I wouldn't even got no Jeep that day if he wouldn't have shown me this. So I probably would have never came home with a Jeep if I wouldn't have seen the top.
So is this a good or a bad thing that he showed you the top?
It's a good thing. Because I have a Jeep. That boy is fat as hell.
If you got to make an observation, why you got to be negative? Just asking, curious.
That's just the way I said it. If I would have been like he's out of shape, then you'd have been like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because there's nothing wrong with acknowledging he's physically out of shape.
So when I say fat as hell, what you don't like?
I don't necessarily dislike it. It's just if you can notice anything about somebody, why does it have to be?
You wanted me to know? I should have said something about his gray hair.
Say that if there's nothing positive to say, don't say shit. Like, damn, I tried, but ain't nothing there. But why does it have to be?
Because I equate myself to every male that I see like that. Because if I'm like that, tell me to go get on the treadmill.
So now, I'm like, dang, he let himself go. Or you could even, you know, say, I need to make sure I take care of myself because I don't ever want to look like that. That's a way of saying the same thing, but instead of just from a he's overweight look type situation. I don't know. I just be wondering, like, when you make observations of people, and I have historically do it and I still do it, but I'm conscious of it. When you make observations of people, it's usually, excuse me, what makes them different, or, you know, something that's socially not the norm. Mean shit.
Yeah.
I'm just curious why.
Is it mean if the person that you said something to didn't hear?
Yeah, because everything has an energetic vibration. What you put out there, just like the music. Remember you stopped listening to hip-hop because it was negative? It's the same thing. The stuff that you say, it has the same negative effect on you.
Dr. Ruth is dead too? Dr. Ruth died.
What was Dr. Ruth's
She was
life?
a sexual
I know who she
expert.
was. I'm saying, what does Dr. Ruth's life have to do with you today?
Because I knew her. I knew her when she was popping her shit. And she did, so you acknowledge that.
It just makes me think. It's just whenever something that I think possibly should have more value, I guess. Like when somebody dies and you respond to it, if their life was enough for you to respond to their death, I think you should be more involved with their living. No, I was just thinking. I'm not telling you anything. What I'm saying is I was thinking when you're like, Dr. Ruth died, I'm like, if her death matters, her life should matter. And you're saying her life did matter for the period of time that it did. But it just made me think on another level. If you know, and this is a response to where I said earlier, probably more than 50% of the mourning process is actually regret. So if you live a life with no regret, then you cut half the mourning out. And so if you know you're gonna have a response to a particular person's death, make their life count. That makes sense? Like, so us sitting in the car, it's not just us riding in the car, this may be the last time we're together. So make it count. And in that respect, why spend time arguing? But why spend time being defensive? We gotta work through shit. That's being together. Now, if you got one that like to argue because her mama taught her how to argue and that's the only way she knows how to communicate, now we gotta teach each other how to properly communicate before we can even begin to start having conversations. So you can't just jump to different steps. You have to have the basic skills in order to move on to the next step in communication. It's not just open your mouth. It's actual art to communication. I'm gonna teach a class. I'm gonna teach you a lot of shit. Give me an audience, Lord. That's all I need. Give me an audience and I'll change the world.